Welcome to Spurs Focus, your go-to spot for daily Tottenham news, transfers, and match updates. Don't forget to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button now. Let's dive into today's top story. From RB Leipzig to North London, Xavi Simons is ready to make his mark in the Premier League. The Dutch midfielder says Tottenham's fans, stadium, and team quality made it the perfect place to develop and shine. Xavi Simons has explained why he chose to join Tottenham Hotspur. The former RB Leipzig maestro was heavily linked with a move to Chelsea for much of the summer, but the Lilywhites swooped in and secured his signature. Football London understands that the Blues were in talks with the Bundesliga outfit regarding a potential deal for Simons for well over a month. However, negotiations ultimately proved rather complicated, with Chelsea looking to offload Christopher Nkunku before submitting an offer. The West Londoners managed to eventually sell the 27-year-old forward to AC Milan, but by then it was too late. Tottenham had already sensed an opportunity to finally sign a creative midfielder. It's understood that Spurs swiftly forked out €60 million, £52 million for Simons, who went on to sign a 5-year contract. In an interview with the German newspaper Leipziger Volkszeitung over the international break, the Dutchman explained why he decided to join Tottenham. As quoted by the Evening Standard, Simons said, "I'm happy to be a Tottenham player. Since I was a child, it's been my dream to play in the Premier League. The club's vision, the magnificent stadium, the fans, the quality of the team, the coach. It's a fantastic environment. I want to settle in quickly in my new home and show why Tottenham signed me." On interest from Bayern Munich, Simons said, "In football there are always discussions, but I don't want to name names. Max Ebel, the sporting director at the Allianz Arena, was one of those who brought me to RB Leipzig, and I'll always be grateful to him for that. The most important thing was to find a place where I could develop and express my playing style. That's the way it is at Spurs. My first impressions of the club are great. I felt the energy and ambition when I was introduced to the fans. Expectations are high, both for the team and for me," added Simons. "I'm looking forward to duels against the best players in the world." The new Tottenham star revealed that he spoke to Timo Werner before penning a deal in North London. The duo briefly played together at Leipzig during the 2023/24 campaign, sharing the pitch on 10 occasions. On the former Chelsea striker, Simons said, "He told me a lot about the club's greatness and its fantastic fans, and he said he thought it was the right place for me to learn and improve. Thanks for your trust, Timo." Mickey van der Ven also played a key role in the midfielder's decision to join Thomas Frank's men. Speaking recently to the Dutch newspaper Algemeen Dagblad, Simons said, "The Premier League is fantastic. Everyone is happy for me that I've been able to take this step." So many Dutch internationals are playing, we're going to play a lot of matches against each other. That makes it extra special. Mickey van der Ven already said, "We need you, so come here." And that's what happened. Daniel Levy's reign ends at Tottenham, remembered for his deals that even Sir Alex called more painful than surgery. Daniel Levy has stepped down as Tottenham's executive chairman after almost 25 years at the club. And an admission made by the iconic Sir Alex Ferguson summed up his shrewd and often frustrating negotiating skills. Levy, who joined the Spurs board in December 2000, has been the figurehead behind the North London club's move from White Hart Lane to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He now steps down with no changes being made to his ownership or shares in the club, as the Levy family will continue to own 29.88% of the share capital of ENIC. It comes hot on the heels of Vinay Venkatesham's arrival as Chief Executive Officer, while Peter Charrington has joined the board and stepped into the role of non-executive chairman, in what has been described as a move prioritising sporting success. Levy was renowned during his time with Spurs for his approach to transfers, building up a reputation as a shrewd negotiator with an eye for a deal. However, these tactics rubbed legendary Manchester United boss Ferguson the wrong way when the two were pitched against each other in negotiations over Dimitar Berbatov 17 years ago. Berbatov eventually sealed a switch from White Hart Lane to Old Trafford for £30 million, although the bitter fallout saw Tottenham complain to the Premier League over the move. Afterwards, Ferguson was less than complimentary when reflecting on the negotiations. That whole experience was more painful than my hip replacement. He penned in his book, Leading, displaying just how difficult Levy was to deal with, effectively paying the now 63-year-old a backhanded compliment about his negotiating skills. After Levy's exit was announced, he released a heartfelt statement. "I'm incredibly proud of the work I've done together with the executive team and all our employees. We have built this club into a global heavyweight competing at the highest level. More than that, we have built a community," he continued. "I was lucky enough to work with some of the greatest people in this sport, from the team at Lilywhites House and Hotspur Way to all the players and managers over the years. I wish to thank all the fans that have supported me over the years. It hasn't always been an easy journey, but significant progress has been made. I will continue to support this club passionately." Charrington will now step up as the non-executive chairman, and he stated after joining the Tottenham board, "I am very honoured to become non-executive chairman of this extraordinary club, and on behalf of the board, I would like to thank Daniel and his family for their commitment and loyalty to the club over so many years. This is a new era of leadership for the club, on and off the pitch. I do recognise there has been a lot of change in recent months as we put in place new foundations for the future. We are now fully focused on stability and empowering our talented people across the club, led by Vinay and his executive team. Daniel Levy's 24-year reign at Tottenham is over, and a bold new era begins in N17. Daniel Levy's exit from Tottenham is believed to be the final piece of the jigsaw of plans from the club's owners to push the North London outfit onto bigger things with a fresh approach and more silverware. It was announced on Thursday that the 63-year-old would be stepping down with immediate effect after almost a quarter of a century in N17, and Football.London understands it is the final part of plans by the Lewis family behind Spurs owners ENIC to see through a summer of change and bring fresh blood to the leadership of the club that they believe will push it to greater heights going forward. This summer has seen Ange Postecoglou sacked as head coach with Thomas Frank replacing him, and at board level Vinay Venkatesham came in as the club's chief executive officer, with Scott Munn placed on gardening leave from his role as chief football officer. It was also announced in June that Levy's longtime advisor Donna Maria Cullen would be stepping down after almost 3 decades at the club, and now the chairman himself has left his position. Levy helped deliver the club's new stadium and new training facilities while in charge, but now there are plans from those at the very top, at Spurs, to push on matters on the pitch, with a belief that success on it has not been consistent enough over the years. Levy's departure, having been the longest-serving chairman in the Premier League, has been in the works for a little while, but has been kept quiet out of respect for everything he has done inside the club over the decades, which ended with the second trophy of his tenure, as Tottenham won the Europa League in May, to end 17 years without silverware. Nordic Football. London understands that the Lewis family currently has no plans to sell the club, and that is why, after instigating a thorough review of the organisation, they pushed through plans to alter the structure at Tottenham to become a more modern one with a CEO. While Levy was seen by many as a part owner running the club, the new direction is more one of the owners looking to back it rather than run it. Vivian Lewis is a regular presence at matches, known around the club as Viv, and was spotted alongside Levy in the opening day victory against Burnley. Her father Joe was the long-time owner of the club, but the 88-year-old stepped away from that role some years back. Vivian is senior managing director of Tavistock Group, which owns ENIC, as is her brother Charles, and the 2 children as well as their grandchildren, as Spurs fans, are understood to have taken on a more active role in backing the club. That backing has come through the injection of extra football knowledge, with the addition of one of the game's most sought-after CEOs in Venkatesham to lead the day-to-day running of Tottenham, with new non-executive chairman Peter Charrington, who is not expected to be involved in the football side of things on a daily basis, overseeing the big picture following Levy's departure from his more hands-on role. Generations of the Lewis family support this special football club, and they want what the fans want: more wins more often. A source close to the family told Football.London. This is why you have seen recent changes, new leadership, and a fresh approach. In Vinay, Thomas and Peter Charrington, they believe they are backing the right team to deliver on this. This is a new era. Levy will remain as part of the club, as a shareholder, but without direct influence over the running of the club. ENIC own an 86.91% share, and of that, a trust of which the Lewis family are beneficiaries of owns 70.12%, while Levy and his family are potential beneficiaries of discretionary trusts which own 29.88% of that share capital. I am incredibly proud of the work I have done together with the executive team and all our employees, said Levy. We have built this club into a global heavyweight competing at the highest level. More than that, we have built a community. I was lucky enough to work with some of the greatest people in this sport, from the team at Lilywhites House and Hotspur Way, to all the players and managers over the years. I wish to thank all the fans that have supported me over the years. It hasn't always been an easy journey, but significant progress has been made. I will continue to support this club passionately. Charrington added, I am very honoured to become non-executive chairman of this extraordinary club, and, on behalf of the board, I would like to thank Daniel and his family for their commitment and loyalty to the club over so many years. This is a new era of leadership for the club, on and off the pitch. I do recognise there has been a lot of change in recent months as we put in place new foundations for the future. We are now fully focused on stability and empowering our talented people across the club, led by Vinay and his executive team.